Astral Eclipse event is starting around the world. As always, we're gonna go through the tips and tricks for this event. Let's get right into it. By the way, let me know in the comment section if you've been sick, because everyone and their mother has been sick here in Ottawa. My immune system needs to bulk up. So the Astral Eclipse is November 23rd, 10 a.m. to November 28th, 8 p.m. Wild spawns for the event will be Alolan Rattata, Alolan Sandshrew, Clefairy, Alolan Vulpix, Staryu, Hoot, Sunkern, Lunatone, Solrock, Munna, Cottony, Petlil, and Yungoos. 1-star raids will be Drifloon, Frillish, Inkay, and Rockruff. 3 stars will be Tentacruel, Druddigon, and Hisuian Braviary. 5 stars will be Nihilego, and Mega raids will be Mega Houndoom. There will be nebulas in the sky during the event, as well as exclusive in-game items you can check out and buy in the shop. Pretty cool looking things there. We also have some exclusive research going down during the event. Starting with the last pages of the Cosmic Companion Special Research, you can check them out on screen. First page will require you to catch 3 Pokemon and to get 50 Cosmog candies and some other stuff, and that leads us to the 9th page, the most important, which requires you to evolve your Cosmoem. Now, to evolve Cosmoem in Pokemon Go, you can evolve it into Lunala for 100 candies, but only during the night, or into Solgaleo only during the day, but again for 100 candies. We will talk about which one is better to go after in a bit. That will then get you a Staryu encounter, a Starmie encounter, and that will lead to the final pages, which you can check out on screen, but really nothing too special from these last pages. Just go ahead and complete them. We'll also have a collection challenge, which you can check out on screen. There is actually 2 of them. The Sun and the Moon Astral Eclipse challenge requires you to just catch a bunch of the wild spawns, very simple, and get you 3,000 stars each. And finally, we'll have a field research task, catch 5 psychic type Pokemon for a Staryu encounter. Now, Staryu is a boosted Stardust Pokemon in Pokemon Go, getting you 750 Stardust every time you catch it. I actually recommend not catching these Staryus when you complete them from field research and running from them, and this will put them in your stack tasks. Stack tasks are like a fail-safe method for any tasks you didn't catch, and you can hold up to 100 of them. I recommend stacking as many stars as you can and holding on to them for double or triple Stardust events. On a triple Stardust event, you're gonna get around 2,000 Stardust per star you catch, so if you can save them and then catch these Staryus then, this is gonna be a very top tier strategy to allow you to get even more Stardust. Don't catch any Staryus during this event from field research, stack them all, and wait for a boosted Stardust event. With the event details out of the way, let's get into the tips, starting with what everyone's probably wondering: Solgaleo or Lunala, which one is better to go after and evolve your Cosmoem into during this event? Let's check it out. Starting with Solgaleo in raids. Being a steel and fire type Pokemon puts it up to be a top raid attacker for those types. However, unfortunately, it just does not have the best moveset to be used in raids and will not be good there. However, in PvP, Solgaleo is going to be very strong, ranking around number 6 in the Open Master League. It is an amazing Pokemon to core break Zacian and Dialga, which are 2 of the most popular Pokemon in the Master League, and it can handle both. However, note, it does need to be XL for you to run this, and since XL candies are going to be hard to get for Cosmog, it probably won't perform as good right now until we get easy access to Cosmog XL candies. Now let's take a look at Lunala in raids. It looks to be a decent psychic type raid attacker, however, unfortunately there's going to be a lot of better options, but you can use it as a psychic raid attacker. It does not have a good enough moveset to be a ghost type raid attacker, and then jumping over to PvP, unfortunately it will not be good because it got really shafted in the fast move department. Overall, the better option is clearly Solgaleo right now. However, do note if Lunala does get a move update and gets Shadow Claw, it could become absolutely game breaking, but currently right now Solgaleo is the most meta relevant, and that's the one I'll probably be going with. So yeah guys, looks like Solgaleo is the better option, but remember, even if you evolve into Solgaleo or Lunala, we most likely will be able to catch more Cosmogs, been confirmed by Niantic, so it's really not the end of the world which one you end up going with, because you'll be able to get the other one hopefully next season or hopefully soon. So don't sweat it too much. With that out of the way though, let's get into the best wild spawns, which ones to go after during this event. First of all, we have Alolan Rattata, which evolves into Alolan Raticate. Alolan Raticate being not a bad Kanto Cup Pokemon for when that cup comes back around. We then have Alolan Sandshrew evolving into Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash is going to have some play in the Ultra League with its legacy move Shadow Claw, as well as some play in the Kanto Cup like the Raticate when that comes back. We then have Clefairy, which evolves into Clefable. Clefable is a good Great League and Ultra League charmer, better in the Ultra League, but really it outputs a lot of damage and is actually pretty tank. We then have Alolan Vulpix evolving into Alolan Ninetales, one of the top Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. However, you do need XL candies to run it in the Ultra League and bring it above level 40, but this is going to be one of the best Pokemon 100 in this event because it doesn't come around very often. We then have Staryu, which like we mentioned before is a boosted Stardust Pokemon, getting you 750 stars every time you catch it. Make sure you catch every single one you see because it's just the easiest Stardust in your life. We then have Hoot evolving into Noctowl. Noctowl is not a bad Great League Pokemon. I believe it's been on some teams that won regional tournaments. We then have Cottony evolving into Whimsicott. Whimsicott has some play in some limited metas in the Great League. And then we have Petalil, which evolves into Lilligant, but there's also Hisuian Lilligant, which is not in the game yet, but could be pretty good when it does drop as a secondary form that Petalil can evolve into. Great to prep for during this event. With the spawns out of the way, let's hop right over to the raid, starting with the 1-star raids, which ones are the best to go after. We have Drifloon in there, Drifloon evolving into Drifblim, a good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Better for limited cups though. We have Frillish evolving into Jellicent. Jellicent is going to be a staple Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Although Trevenant is probably a little bit better and there are some Pokemon that are better as ghost types, it is still a very strong Pokemon. In the 3-star raids, we're going to have Druddigon. Druddigon does have some play in the Love Cup, a limited Great League Cup when that does come around. In the 5-star raids, we have Nihilego. Now this season, Nihilego actually got access to Poison Jab, making it a lot better in the Master League as a anti-fairy type Pokemon. It still does have a lot of losses because this is double weak to ground and there's a lot of ground types in the Master League. You can still run it. Also, it is the #1 overall non-mega poison type raid attacker in the game. So if you want some poison types to take down those fairy types, it's not a bad Pokemon to go after. But you know, usually Shadow Metagross and Metagross is a better option as a steel type since fairies are weak to both poison and steel. Finally, we have Mega Houndoom in the Mega Raids. Great to get Mega Energy for this Mega, not only to get it to max level Mega so you can get extra XL candies for it, but also Mega Houndoom is not a bad fire and dark type raid attacker. Okay, candy. How do you get candy during this event? Let's look at what Pokemon to Mega Evolve for extra candy. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, you will get extra candy, XL candy, and XP. Depending on the level of the Mega, you can check out the values here. So make sure you Mega Evolve the highest level Mega you have to take the most out of this. Take a look at all the spawns and raids and all that stuff. What Mega should you Mega Evolve? Well, personally, I'm gonna go with either a Poison or a Rock type Mega. That includes Mega Beedrill, Mega Venusaur, Mega Gengar, and Mega Aerodactyl. Reason being, I want extra XL candies for Nihilego in raids, since I find getting the extra XL candy for the 5-star raid boss is a lot more worth it than any of the wild spawns, since it's a lot harder to get a lot of candy for these Pokemon. But you can take a look at all the wild spawns on screen, take a look and try to decide what Pokemon you want the most candies, XL candies for. Something like Mega Evolving an Ice type for the Alolan Vulpix wouldn't be a bad idea, for example. Let me know what you'll be Mega Evolving, but I'm going to be going with what I mentioned. You can also trade after the event to get extra candy and XLs. When you trade away a Pokemon, you get 1 extra candy. And if the distance between the 2 Pokemon being traded is over 100 kilometers, you will be guaranteed an XL candy. So taking a lot of these Pokemon you want extra XL candies for, trading them over 100 kilometers, getting those extra XL candies is great. Even if you can't find Pokemon that were caught over 100 kilometers, it is still worth to trade away because there's a small chance you get an XL candy from a trade anyway. It just won't be guaranteed. And that brings us on to Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Let's go through how to grind them during this event. Number 1, of course, take a look at the wild spawns and decide which Platinum Medals have you not completed for a certain type. Every single type medal requires you to catch 2,500 of a certain type of Pokemon. If there's any ones you haven't completed here and there's a wild spawn spawning that is that type, make sure you catch it. Also, Alolan Rattata is spawning during this event. And this is great for you to work on your youngster medal, catch 1,000 Tiny Rattatas. A Tiny Rattata is any Rattata under 2.41 kilograms. For example, this one right here, 2.12 kilograms. You can see it in the bottom left. Catch as many of those Alolan Rattatas as you can during this event, and that will help you work on this medal. And if you and your friend do this, you guys can actually end up trading those Rattatas, those small ones, as receiving one from trade does count towards this medal. The final medal is going to be the Rising Star medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. Take a look at the raid roster we have right now. If there's any Pokemon you haven't raided at least once, make sure you raid them once to get a point towards this medal. Don't think I've ever raided a Tentacruel, so I'll definitely be raiding a Tentacruel during this event. Final thing I'm going to mention is there is a progress bar right now that we're trying to unlock by referring a total of 100,000 trainers. If we do refer 100,000 trainers for the event this Sunday, the Ultra Beast Raid Day, which I will have a separate tips video out for, we will unlock Beast Balls, which will make it so much easier to catch these. So if you have any friends who do not play Pokemon Go or never played Pokemon Go or haven't played in 90 days, tell them to hop back in the game and refer them using your referral friend code. If you refer them, you can get extra items and encounters when they complete things in games, as well as helping us towards this progress bar. So if you have any friends, make sure you refer them. I believe the cutoff date is the 26th. So you have pretty much all week to try to pull in some friends and refer them and bring them to the game so we can get Beast Balls for this weekend. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any other tips that I might have missed that you want to share for this event, let me know in the comment section below. Honestly, it seems like a very mid event for an end of season event, but you know, do what you can with it. Have as much fun as you can. And if you don't want to play it, don't play it. We're gonna see you on the next one. Fall from this, everybody. Peace.